All right. Hi, welcome. Welcome to the stream again. So this is the development block number 2, and in the last one we tried to set up the environment for Lua testing, but failed quite miserably, and then tried to do something else in the meantime. So what happened is I realized, well, I was trying to set up the Lua environment using the MinGW, and then later on try to do it with Guywin, right? But after I end this stream, I remember, well, in Windows 10 now we have WSL, right? The Linux subsystem, so we can actually just do it over there. So what happened is I install WSL, and then it should work fine. And here now we are going to follow the steps as you see in the screen for Lua Rocks to get the thing set up. So without further ado, let's get started. All right. So let's go. So first of all, it get the zip and all that. That's okay. It should be fine. So we get this. So let me actually open the Windows terminal, and I also install Windows terminal for the sake of it. So because it is available, right? So we want to also give it a try. So here is the Linux subsystem, and then so that's my home screen. So let me clear that. So let's get to the home in the Ubuntu. So I installed Ubuntu on it, and so I already downloaded the Lua Rock. But the first things I need to do is to build Lua. Before I start the stream, I try to use apt-get to install the Lua binary. It works. I can get to the interpreter, but when I try to build Lua Rock, it says it cannot find the lua.h. So it seems like it needs the source code. So that's what we are going to do right now. So we're going to download the Lua 535 and then tar unzip it, and then cd Lua and make Linux test. Oh, I need to build, and I need to do this first because it's a completely fresh environment. So going to install all the C compiler and all the stuff. So that will take a short while. So let's see. While it's doing that, it should probably almost there, but also just want to show you what I have today right now. So off the screen, I have add some README, try to add some organization to the project. Oh, so it's done over here. So let's continue that first and then come back to the project later on. So we get that, and then let's try to make. All right, so it is going through. So let's go back here. So you see, I first organized it. Last time I showed you, we add the scenes, and then right now I move it in here and still have this main menu. The name of this probably changed a little bit, but that's okay. And then I'm adding a few more folders. One is the cards, because as mentioned, this game will be a card-based game. It's kind of like AD&D, and so I have some cards, and then there's a characters and equipments and items. So basically, just created that, adding the README, and thinking about what's available. Actually, this shouldn't be there. So, all right. So the lure is built. So that's good, right? So. Seems like I'm still using the hold on a second, let me move my mic a little bit so I can see. So I am still using the lure from the app-get. So actually let me let me remove. I think I already removed. Why is that? So let's yeah, it's already removed. That's interesting. Why this is saying 533? All right, hopefully it's okay. Oh, I need to go make it install. All right. It's still doing that, but at least it's 5.3. So let's see. So the interpreter is working. So let's continue. So I already downloaded CD in here, and then run this. Will not find unzip. Customize settings, that's probably not the thing that I saw. So let's sudo app install. I guess that's what that is. That's it. All right, cool, it works. So it's done with the configuration. So let's try to make. Is this an error initializing? All that looks fine. Looks fine. So there's no error. All right. So try that. All right. For the other users and so on, we don't care. There you go. Okay. All right. So let's give it a try first. Lure rocks. Install busted. Doesn't exist in your sys. You don't have the right permission. Let's try that. All right. Okay, seems like I have to do sudo to do the installation. All right, it go through. Oh, yep, it's working. Not too complicated, it's working. So that's great. So now the question is, go back to the mount, actually the drive code, then the interesting thing for this is it also allows you to use code directly. So what you're seeing here is VS Code is using the WSL because I have the remote, what is it called? I have the remote WSL installed. So with that, I'm able to do this. So you can see that I can see the code, and then also if I open the terminal, it actually goes straight into the Ubuntu. So that's great. So that means if I run this, it works. Oh, actually this is an error, cannot find file or directory spec. So that's the configuration for bust. Cannot find file or directory spec. So but that's at least is running. So let's continue on that. Just in case, over here, this is in my Windows environment. Of course, this won't be available. This is still using the installation I have outside. So this is not working. So I will need to do the derailment like this over here. So what I'm going to do is again open the Corona simulator, and then where is it? Okay, open this project so you can see it shows up, and then at the same time, not on this one but on this one, I try to make some change. Say for example, print hello, right? And then here the hello get printed, right? So meaning the workflow is I will open the Solar 2D simulator, the Corona simulator, you know what I mean. Open it, and then normally it will, when you click open the project, it will also open VS Code, but don't use that one. Use the one from here, from the Ubuntu, so that you will get the WSL over here. I can run test, and that's that. And the performance seems to be, well, no issue. It's all local, right? Even though it is in the WSL, is very fast. So cool. So that is working. So now let's take a look at well, actually before that, because I would like to document it. Install Ubuntu using WSL2, and then follow. So this seems to be definitely working. Follow this, right? And then I need to run sudo apt install unzip. Okay, so basically that will take care of all this, and is pretty straightforward. Yeah, so great. So we can actually start working now. So the first thing is I want to fix this test first, because we haven't have any test. So let's take a look at busted. So how does it work? Usage, installation, you get that, and with bus install, with all this, that's fine. We define task. What is the test file? Is there any specific naming of test file? So you can create a .bust file. Well, in case it's too small, you can create a .bust file in the root, which automatically load if exists and all that, and you can set up coverage. And the root has a spec on unit. Okay. So that's definitely one thing I want to do, especially want to set up or modify, because I'm more I like to have my test and my code live together instead of in a separate separate folder by itself, because having it separately just doesn't work well for me, because you have to bounce back and forth and between source files and spec file, and also just when you need to rename file, when you move things around, you know, the folder structure between the two got messed up, and you need to update both is quite a hassle for me. So I like to have the test file right next to the source. So let's see how to configure that. So the first thing is going to create this .bust, right? So that's busted. So now I can put this over here, and I can actually remove this. So let's close all of them. So this is, say, do a return. I don't care about the other. API unit equals to tag API, which will run, okay, API unit, which will run the equivalent of bus coverage, tag API, and verbose. Okay, well, not sure if that is exactly what I want. So let's keep it empty for now, and then configure it up. If you can also run bus test standalone without invoking the bust, or just run it like that. Okay, you can use it like that. Let's take a look at the usage then. So the folder will be transferred for any file that match the pattern optional default no. Okay, default underscore spec. Okay, so that means let's give it a try. So where should I put a test file? I'm just randomly let's say player. And then the first test, let's create an empty first test. Describe a test function, and right, create an empty test. Does it work? Nope, cannot find file or directory spec. Okay, so if just in case, just for testing purpose, if I put this over here, yep, there you go. So that is working. So now if I put it outside, and then API unit, right, and root equals to let's see if empty string would work. No test file. Okay, how about dot? Okay, how about characters? Because that's where I'm putting it in. Nope, that doesn't work either. if I removing it, oh, because there's this. Yep, it is not picking it up. It's not picking up the configuration. Let's see. So busted, if I'm going to use the command line, the argument is root, and then say characters, and then the pattern is keep it like that. Yeah, that's no, then the error is gone. So definitely that is working. Let me get a success test first. So how the way it defines a success test is, I guess there's some assertion. So assert is new. Unknown modifier. Oh, typo. It still say no success. How? Oh, this is describe what I'm doing. Empty function, and then we like that and close. Let's go. There you go. One successful. So if I put this over here, also one successful. Wonderful. Then now the question is about this dot bust. Dot bust, I didn't spell it wrong, which automatic load if exists. Okay, let's just, don't care, copy the whole thing and do that. Error, cannot, lure curve is not available. So meaning you have to install that. So let's take it off too first. Oh, it's working. Okay, like this is working. Although I don't know yet what is that API, this tag only run tests with these tags. So okay. Okay, this is also working now. What's the difference? So, well, as long as it is working, I don't care, right? So only run test with this tags. Default is empty. I would like to keep it empty until it is needed. I actually don't know how the tag works right now, right? Yeah, but it's actually that doesn't line up with what it described here. But the thing is, as long as it, oh, hold on a second, it's because I have this. Is that true? If I delete this, oh yeah, damn it. All right. Run API unit 000. That's not what I want to see. That's not what I want to see. Yes, I do have the test here. It's 0. Okay, so seems like it does have some straight requirement. It's not like what I wanted. It doesn't do what I wanted. Yeah, so for now let's keep it simple. Let's follow what it has, and put the test over here for now. Right, so move that, and then so that starts working. So also just in case, let's see. Nope, there's no such thing. All right, that's fine. Okay, so that gives us at least the setup to start running a test, right? So because of that, I'm going to check it in of this. Right. Add empty test. Okay. Is a user.name or probably both. Email would be it's username, you know, right? So I have set it up. So set it up. I don't have. Oh, yeah, user.name. All right. So add this in. Okay. So let's see if this also works too. Because the thing is a little bit different that is in the subsystem. No, don't have to. All right, so that get pushed in, although I also check in the readme, but that's okay. All right, so we are in full flash now, so it's actually start working. So for the time being, I'm still going to keep this around because it have all those examples, right? So let's get started. Okay, so let's back to this again. So this is a card game, right? And so I have add some basic stuff in here. So this game, right now, the very first objective is just try to get the game working and running with minimal features, right? So the first thing still, we will create a player. And right now here, I'm just randomly put some status over here. It's just, this is just really just design stuff, not necessarily the real thing. So the first thing do is define this player. So let's call player. Okay, and then basically copy that over, right? So copy this over here, and then return player. So this will return the player that we can work with. And then so the thing is we will have some stats. So here are the stats. And the first things we want to do is actually test it. And it's interesting to see how it works. So let's see, is characters.player. Is that how lures work to begin with? Overall, player equals to that, and then let's see. Does it work? Does it print out anything? No, it does not print out anything. It's now, let's say player. What do we got? Yep, we did receive it. So that's cool. So meaning we learn a little bit of how lures work. Is just like the composer. It start at the root, and when it reference from the root. So well, one good thing is you don't have to deal with relative path, right? And that's actually take away one of the reason that I like the test file and the source file together. So well, maybe this will work just fine, right? So let's keep at it. So I like to have single quote. So this. So at the beginning, so when the game starts, right? When the game starts, it will have certain stats, right? The user or the player. So when it starts, I want to randomize it, right? Maybe no. Just keep it simple, right? So so that's fine. We create a player. And then the other thing is, the first thing I want to do is adding some ability to the players, to the player. So well, I don't really need to create, because again, since there's only one player, I can just define it as is. So I can say that it has a bunch of cards. Yeah, so can have a list of cards and then have a set of skills. And then what else does it have? So say equipment, it have a set of equipments, right? So besides the player, besides that, we also have the whole game level thing. So we can put it also in the player. It's okay. Let's put it in there for now. Well, yeah, it's okay. So let's put a level. Let's put a level there, and then um coins. Let's say it start with 100 coins. Okay. So what else? So we want to keep it to the minimal. So in fact, I want to, well, let's keep this for now. Let's keep this for now. So then also there's a gender. And then it is a male. let's say it is a male for now, because one of the things I want to make it neutral and allow you to choose it is a male or female. But that's that. So at the beginning, you have no skills, you have no equipment. That's fine. Okay. So that's just defining the character only, right? So let's create see. So let's create some cards. Right. So this is something that the cards is something we want to read from the from some data, right? We don't really want to hard code the cards inside the game, right? So we need to create a card structure. So let's do that. So to create a card structure, one of the things that Lewis has is it kind of have that in class-like structure inheritance thing, but the whole thing, since it's dynamic, we don't really need to define it, because if you're doing OO, if you used to do OO, you are you might want to create that kind of data structure. But for myself, I would say I would just try to stay away from it, and just keep the data flexible, right? So what's in the card, right? What's in here? I would like to have a function. So, and then also I like to do expression. So let's say create card, and then function create a new. This will create a new card. And then how do I use it? Let's go back to some of the examples. Right, say for example, like this, it's created that, and then you can use this to make a call to a function and return an object. So this balloon. So we create that balloon. So we somehow need to create a class first. Actually, so in that case, let me backtrack a little bit. Let me go back to the Lua tutorial. And then let's take a look. Well, no, actually not the quick buy. It's over here. It's create this and then create a new, and then it was doing that thing then which I really don't like. Yeah, which I really don't like. And then you can call this to call it. So yeah, so basically I can create that. That's what I can do. I can just create this object So call card new, and then return card. Okay, so here this I will create a local card, and then card dot index or ID equals to 1, let's say, right? And so that's called card, and let's call this card and then in the test, let's create the same folder, and from there yeah, I like everything to be lowercase, even though it is a quote-unquote a class. So local card equals to require cards card. So, and then here I can describe card and here, and then I can say it new. Well, actually, let me say class.new. Create a function and then local card equals to card new, right? And assert did I close it? Yes, I did. Lure busted. So assertion. So the first things is equal, and then it doesn't so one card.id. Okay, so save the whole thing, and then return card. Did I miss something? Local card equals to open. That's some problem. Unexpected symbol. Player.17 line 7. Oh, all right. So this player spec is okay. I can just do it like that for now. Yes, it works. Oh, no, hold on a second. Still, this is not right. Local card equals to empty object. That's fine, right? What's the problem with this? Or the fourth line? Oh, and okay. Yeah, that's fine. Let's update it. Do install over. Is that right? No, actually. I want that. Oh, I have both turned on. No, this is still enabled. Okay, that's fine. So, all right, the formatting works now. All right, 2 success. So yeah, that able to create it. So that created new card ID. And so now I want to have some start generating cards, right? So then I need to first talk about what are the information. Okay, so I need to create some kind of card definition and range and all kind of stuff. So let's see. So that goes into the card, the random generator thing. So let's see how do we approach this, right? So one thing is we want to create a card based on, so okay, so let's see. So there are several information. There's several kind of cards that I have. So let's talk about that for a second. Okay. And for now, let's maximize this. So there are a few kind of cards. There are action cards and environment cards, and then maybe a minion card in the future. And so there could be some, the random generator could dictate what kind of cards being generated, but sometimes it's not, or sometimes it could be fixed. So that means over here, all I'm doing is providing a helper function to return the cards that will be generated, right? Because in the random generator, okay, so there can be, I say there can be a card, let's say a card source, okay? There will be a card source, and then I can, based on that card source, to generate the card that I want. Okay, yeah, so that's how it will work. By the way, over here, let's change this to 4, because in Lua, we are looking at 4 space. Change it back. Okay. So there's a card source over here, and then now the random generator, how does it work, right? Okay, there's a math, or math random. Okay, so doing this. Okay, all right. So for the simplest case, let's say there are some code that already determine what kind of card there is, so that first we receive this card source, right? So over here, this will dictate the ID will equal the well, let's say card source. Let's say card template. So card template.id. So we will have an ID of that. Type will also card template.type. Okay. So then the informations on the card, there is, we have a ID, have a type, and then we have, well, with an ID, we can use the ID to look up the actual image. So because we want to first thing want to separate the concerns, because how the card will be rendered is different than is separate from the card itself, right? So over here, we are not going to store information like the image or the even the text, because the text can be found based on the ID, right? So we have that. So we have the ID, have the type. The type, actually, the type is also can be derived from the ID. Right, so the type might be extra. Yeah, I think the type is extra. We don't really need the type, because I was thinking what kind of type, and then so that we can determine what we can do. Maybe we can add it later on, but right now it's not needed. So so there are several attributes: consume, and let's say how should I call this? That number is the number of energy the card will consume. Yeah, let's just call it energy. And then that is not going to change, it's static. And then also there is a card level. So the level when we create it is always 1. Well, it's no, actually it's not 1. Yeah, that's where things comes in. So there will be a math random, and then card template dot level, and min to card template level dot max. Okay, so this will be a range. Okay, and then besides that, what I'm going to do is, besides the ID, is also have certain traits. Okay, and then that will be also randomized. But for now, let's keep it empty. Okay, and then that's that, and then just for now, just return. Okay, like that. What's the error? Return that. Okay, like that. All right. There's some error over here. What's the error? I don't see the error. So to do that, let's say ID equals to 1, energy equals to 0. It can be 0, and then level equals to min is 1, max is 1. Okay. Let's see, the test should still pass, so that's good. And then error goes away. All right, that's good. Good. So but before we can continue, right? Because this is a random generator, right? So during test, I want to be able to remove the random generator, right? Because if not, when I'm doing the test, is could be messed up, right? Because so if I'm doing a free, then the max could be 3, then what's the value, right? I don't know. And so that would make things hard to test. Right. So that comes in the first dependency management that we need to do. All right. So I just zoom straight into it. So we are working on that because I was originally planning for the stream. We will separate it into various topics. So let's finish this part and then stop the stream. Well, actually, right now I'm able to run both tests, and it's a good time to stop. Okay, so let's wrap up. So what happened? What have we done is we set up the Lua environment using the Ubuntu Linux subsystem, and install it, install bust, configure it. Well, actually not configure it because it turns out I can't make it work the way that I want, but that's okay. It just keep going. And then we also start adding by first adding a empty test to make sure that the system is working. And we also learn that in Lua, because it's a project based, you can require from the root directory, which is convenient. Okay, so then we create this card and we start think about a little bit about the design, in terms of how to organize it. We are right now putting a new function inside a class, card class, and it might change in the future, but right now that's what it is. So that's it for this video, and hope you enjoyed it and hope you learned something, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.